Hello students, it's Mrs. Durst, and today we are going to continue to work on our circle sunrise over the mountains. So by this point you have drawn your picture in pencil, covered that pencil with a Sharpie marker line, and gone back and kind of fixed up some of the lines with an eraser so that it's super clean looking. Okay, so today we are going to work in warm colors. We are going to work in the sky area of our painting. So let's turn the camera on, and there's my drawing. Good, it worked. Yahoo! So of course I have a cup of water here, my paintbrush, and my watercolor paint sets. Because I'm working in the sky today, I want to turn my picture around so that it is facing the sky, is kind of the closest it can be to me. That way I am not transferring, let me just fix that. I am not transferring paint over the rest of my painting. I'm working here, here's my belly, and I'm working as close as I can get to the area that I'm interested in. So with all watercolor paints, there are some things to remember. These are called watercolor pans, and of course the paint lives in the pans. The lid of our watercolor kit has space to mix colors. So if you want to get a color that you might not see in your pans, let's say a very light pink, I would use this white, bring quite a bit over here, and touch it with a bit of red to get a pink color to mix here. So this area has to be clean. So before I started, I made sure to really wipe my color mixy area because I wanted it to be clean. So it's ready to go. Okay, so today I'm going to use my water to charge up just the warm colors. We don't want any cool colors today. So yellow, I'm going to do yellow. I have a couple of orange options I see, so I'm going to put some water inside my oranges. I am going to tap the white because I'm thinking I'm going to try to get a nice pink out of this set, okay? And of course, red. In this particular kit, and I think it will be different than your kit, I have a red, two reds to work with. Now you may have one red, but then you can add a little bit of the dark, I mean just barely any black. Be careful, black is dangerous. In fact, beware. If you touch the black, you will have to be careful because black is so powerful. All right, so I have my colors, the warm colors only, charged up. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is mix some of that pink I had hoped to do. So I'm going into my white and I'm making some paint, okay, because I'm mixing water with pigment. Pigment is what the color is made out of. So I'm just getting this dabbed over here as much as I can, lifting it with my paintbrush. I don't need a ton, you know, I don't need a gallon of it. So there I go. So I have that. Now this is where my towel comes in handy because I just wipe my brush to dry it off a bit before coming over here and grabbing this red. Now I can come over here and blend. Ooh, I like that. That reminds me of a sunrise. So I'm very pleased with how that pink went, okay? And I mixed that color first while all my pans were pretty darn clean, okay? Now I'm gonna rinse, rinse, rinse. And once you've rinsed, rinse again. Rinsing is the key to success with watercolors. Okay, so I'm dabbing off my brush, and you must choose a color for your sun. Now, I'm going to paint my sun yellow. That makes sense to me. That's what reminds me of a sunset, but you certainly don't have to. You can choose another color. But I would start your painting somewhere with yellow because it is a very light color. Poor little yellow gets polluted pretty quick. So I always like to start with my yellow or my light colors. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm just going to paint yellow in my yellow sun. Again, you could be painting a halo line elsewhere with yellow if you so desire. Now, the nice thing with watercolor is it gets pretty intense, and it looks really cool, and I love it. So another thing you can do is brush in some yellow, like right here, around, and I'm gonna mix on my paper, okay? This is a fun thing to do with watercolors. So I'm gonna mix on my paper a total radical color by grabbing some orange over here now. And you gotta get the paint going. There we go. And I'm gonna get, oh yeah, so it makes it kind of a crazy gold color. Gold not in metallic, but gold like a darker yellow. So I really like that. I'm gonna keep going with it and keep adding orange on top of this yellow. So this will be a fun part of your process, is enjoying the mixing of colors, staying in your warm colors. That would be, again, I'm just going to remind you for fun, reds, oranges, yellows, pinks, peach. If you can find a way with this white, maybe with some orange, you would get some peach. And you could even go a little darker with some of your colors if you wanted to, by adding just barely any black. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to pick up my my new pink, my wonderful new pink, and bring that into my sunrise. Okay, oh, it worked pretty good. I kind of like it. It's a nice soft pink. So enjoy this part of it. Looks like I am going to have to mix a little more because I didn't make enough to finish out this particular halo line. No problem. So I'm just going to rinse really well. Come back over here and grab some more white and mix up another batch of pink. I'm going to add a little water because it's a little dry. And there it is, pink. So this is also using our color knowledge. We have at this point learned our primaries, our secondaries, how to mix white into a paint, how to mix black into a paint. We've learned our warm and our cool colors. So you are very, very knowledgeable about the different colors and how to use them in art. That's so exciting. Okay, so I'm just continuing through my sky, through the different halo rings, mixing paints. My goal is to finish out my sky. So all I will have left are my mountains and my hillsides. And this will take a little time because you're going to want to think about these colors and how you're going to use them, where you're going to use them. You may be mixing some colors. And there's no wrong way to do this. Not one sunrise is the same as the one before or the one after. So your personal sunrise will be unique to you, and I just can't wait to see it. I just can't wait. So go ahead and finish out the sky, and here's a hint. Do not leave any white. Make sure that your brush goes all the way to the black line and even can go over the black line slightly, but I don't want to have any squishy white showing. I'm going to bring this up close to you so you can see that I have gotten color all the way up to the black lines of my halos, okay? That will make your piece look very professional, okay? So go ahead, keep working and finish out all of your warm colors and let your painting dry. Don't lift it up because wet watercolor can drip. So what Mrs. Durst is doing right now, it might end in drips. So just leave your painting to dry. Ooh, see, I'm starting to get a drip. Ah! So make sure you let your painting dry overnight and we will work on it in our next lesson. Bye-bye.